Welcome to Formosa Dream Chasers.
We're your hosts, Mary Ann
and Chén.
Please join us as we explore the journeys amazing people take in pursuit of their dreams.
And get insights from their experiences.
Let's hit the road.
And get started.
Welcome back to Formosa Dream Chasers. Last week, Chén and I sat down to chat with founders of GoMoond, Yuan-yi and Wen-fei Fiona, to learn how Taiwanese society dealt with the topic of menstruation and what were the available period products during their time. Today, we continue our chat and sit down to learn why women should look into alternative menstruation products and the details of what it was like to start a company focused specifically on feminine hygiene and how they came to patent their idea.
The brand name of your company is actually called GoMoond.
Yeah.
Would you mind explaining to us why it's called GoMoond and what's the significance of the name?
Yeah, actually, GoMoond is from an English name. So it's called
great.
Good
Here to
Moon
discuss
Mood. Because we want to make people, like every month, we could have good mood during our period. That's a feeling we want to show to everyone. So we first have good mood. So then we think, okay, then we need a Chinese name. So we make it like, it sounds like a person because it sounds like a name. So that's first of our brand. We want to make a character like we are the person who love menstruation a lot. And we also can help you to make you live a better period life. Yeah, so it's like that concept.
And the products currently offered by GoMoond is the menstrual cups and discs, the cloth menstrual pads, your menstrual and incontinence panties, and also sanitary products that are connected to this, such as the underwear detergent and the sterilizing tablet. Did I miss anything else?
For the menstrual cup and disc and also the mini sterilizing tablet, we are retailers for the product.
I see.
And we own the clothes pad and menstrual panties, incontinence panties, and also the detergent of our own brand of product.
Okay, so why would you say that women should choose to use, let's say for example, the menstrual panties as alternatives to sanitary pads?
It's not because everyone should use it. It's like if you only know the product, so you don't have choice. So I think people should know all these products and should try every type of product. Then you can think about, which product can fit me in which situation. For example, if you have a long meeting, so you couldn't just go to the toilet like every hour. So maybe you want to feel like more safe. So maybe you can use a tampon and also at the same time with period panties. So you can feel like safety because you know that it could cover maybe 5 hours of blood of your period. So during the meeting, you will feel like, okay, now I can focus on everything I could do. So the reason I think people should understand and try is because we want to live a life to use this product as assistance, not because we only use some certain type of product. Then we have to change our life to fit that product. So that's the reason I think people should try different type of the menstrual product. And also in Taiwan, because the weather is so hot and so humid, so if we are using the menstrual pad, it's very stuffy. So during our using of tampon and menstrual cup, we found the way to feel not that stuffy. But in Taiwan, most people don't use the product which have to insert to the vagina. So then in this situation, period panty is the perfect choice because we use the functional fabric of the clothes and it's very thin. The button is as thin as just like a credit card. So it's not like the pad, but you could also replace 3 to 6 of the pad. So it's very good for the environment and the weather in Taiwan to use period panties. So that's something I think everyone should try. Yeah.
I'm actually curious about your product because I'm used to using sanitary pads, as you mentioned, and because it is really humid.
Yes.
And you know, our periods last for like 5 days or more, depending on how heavy the flow is.
Yep.
Okay, this might be too personal, Ching, and I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. I'm open to any
He's used to
discussion.
it.
Okay. But see, like what you said about the humidity, if you do wear sanitary pads for 1 week, you can also develop skin rashes. So you're saying the menstrual panties that you have, because of the cloth that you use, it's
Yeah.
more breathable. So does that mean, because our pads, you have to change it every...
2 to 4 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do sanitary panties work?
Okay, for example, in our brand, we have like 2 type of the flow. The first is a one which could replace 3 of the period pad, and the other one it could replace 6 of the pad. So during the day, if you use only 3 pads, so you can just wear the underwear all day long. Because of the fabric, it's antibacterial, so that's why we don't have to change it like every 2 or 4 hours. And also the waterproof layer, we use a very high level, just like some like hiking jacket, you know, that the brand couldn't go inside, but your sweat. Yeah, your sweat will go out from the jacket. We use a similar and very high level of the functional waterproof layer, so the water will goes out and you feel dry. Yeah. So normally for most people, they can use it like the whole day. But for some people with a heavier flow, because during the period, actually every period in this 5 to 6 days, there are only less than 100 cc of the menstrual blood. So actually, if you see every day, the underwear is really enough to cover the flow. But for some people with heavier flow, then they can use maybe tampon or a menstrual cup together with the panties. Or for some people, they also use pad when they go out to work, and maybe then change 1 or 2 pad, and then the last time they use just the period panties, so before they go back home.
I see.
Yeah, so actually you could just maybe have half day or the whole day to just use menstrual panties.
I see.
You mentioned that you use certain texture of the clothes for your panties. Would you mind sharing the journey of developing this product? Like, where do you find those materials?
Yeah, okay. Actually, in Taiwan, the functional fabric is quite famous in the world because we are good at making good stuffs. So at the beginning, when we want to create period panties, we thought about, because we bought a lot of different brands of period panties, because at the beginning, we were thinking about maybe we could just import the product to share the whole, so we don't have to put a lot of money at the beginning. But then we noticed mostly the foreign brand of period panties is not okay with the weather in Taiwan because it's just too stuffy. So we thought about, okay, since in Taiwan the functional fabric is so famous, so we could find the best fabric to do it. So it's like moisture wicking and antibacterial and also waterproof but permeable. Yeah, so that's the concept. At the beginning, we thought we could go to some like fabric markets or somewhere like 永乐市场. But but actually no. For functional fabric, you have to go to some company and order it. So at the beginning, we tried to call a lot of people, and we also go to the market, and they said, "Oh no, we don't have that kind of thing." And when we went to the company, they said, "Okay, so what kind of fabric do you want? Like this and like that," and that's all the phrase I don't understand. Yeah.
And I remember the sales state from this way to let waste all of the fabric you can use.
So which kind?
And we
were like,
we don't know.
Can I touch it? And we don't know how to measure it.
Yeah.
So that's the beginning. And also because we noticed that in other brands, because most underwear we use the string to sew it. So when it's sewn along the waterproof layer, it will make a lot of holes.
Yeah, when you sew it.
Yeah, and that's where leakage happens. So that's also something we found from other brands. So we feel like, okay, maybe we could try to improve it. So I tried a lot of like prototypes with some normal glue and fabric. So then I noticed there's a way to use the folding structure to prevent the leakage. So we also apply for pattern of this structure. So that's the reason we could make the thinnest period underwear in the world with functional fabric. And for other brands, if they want to create the same flow of absorbent, they have to use thicker clothes. So that's why it's good for the weather. And and actually we have a story during the prototypes. We share the same underwear to try how the absorbent is and how you feel of the fabric and also the structure. And it was something, now when we recall the memory, it was like, wow, it was too crazy. So thank God we were healthy person.
That's still practical because you can experience menstruation once a month.
Yeah, so that's something very difficult during our producing, because when we got a new sample, we have to check, is your period coming or mine? which one should try first? Yeah, so it's very difficult because we noticed that if you test it with only water, it's different. Yeah, and also you have to feel the feeling when you are wearing during the period.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
We talked about marketing. Because to develop this product is to change people's perception of menstruation. So how was the process like? Was it hard for you to persuade your customers to use these products? Like, what strategies did you adopt?
We tell people that you know how to wear underwear.
So you know how to wear period underwear.
Yeah, you just change your underwear to the more functional underwear, and it can help your life get much more easy and better. And how to wash, just like how you wash your underwear. Make people think it's more easier. It's our strategy. But I need to convince the increased marketing is difficult, as sometimes like now we have this product for almost 7 years, and it need to be more product cycle, and有些我们需要去克服.
When it comes to the product cycle, you always need to improve the product, because if you want to expand the market size, there are always different needs, and you need to be able to address those needs. So those are the things you consider when it comes to promoting the period panties.
一开始只有2个款式3个尺寸，所以是6支嘛，现在已经多到我自己数不清了。
我也算不出来。
So you initially started with only
M and L size,
Yeah.
and 2 type.
Yeah.
And
Two
now
types.
we have like
more than
13 types, something.
Something, yeah,
With
well,
6 sizes. Because we in the market of underwear, normally they provide maybe M to XL, maybe double XL, but we provide the size from Ace to triple XL. Yeah, so because we think that people in different shape of their body, everyone needs to have a better life.
Right.
Yeah, so when we could produce more sizes, that's why we choose to. And then we cooperate with different influencers so they can share their experience when they are using our products. Because for people, the first time to hear period panties, people don't really understand how it works. Yeah, so it's easier for people to understand if he or she see a influencer share about how heavy is my flow and how do I feel during I use this product. And also because they believe in that person. So it's easier for people to think about, oh, maybe I have the similar situation as that person, so maybe this product is also fit for me. So that's the first boost, I think, to convince people to try. Yeah, because as Fiona said, like the first way of our users, normally they already tried different type of menstrual product like menstrual cup and tampons, and so there are something new they're going to try. But then we have to talk about people who don't really know what is period panties. And now there's some new challenge that when people know about period panties, but they still don't really know when to start, or maybe they only have some little question like how to wash, or just like Marianne asked, like how to wear for the old days. Now we have to discover what is the barrier for people who already know it but who didn't try it yet. So that's our challenge now, and we are going to do that with some user research to discover more things that we don't know.
Okay.
So when mentioning about technology, we often think of like some mechanics like train, internet, computer. But your product is actually a small technology that can actually make people's lives better, and the gender of inventor are assumed as a male figure. So what's your opinion or perception about the involvement of women when it comes to technological innovation in Taiwan or even in the whole world?
I think during these years, there's a word called femtech, like feminism technology, which means some women create some technology for women. And I think that because we have two books, the first book is about the development of the menstrual product in Taiwan. And actually that was the story to show like people like us who were just normal users of the period product. And then we decided to go into the industry and to create a brand and create some product for the market. And I think just like Chén said that when we hear about technology, normally you don't think about life technology. You always think about the computer things, but actually the technology in life area, it really changed a lot. So I think there are more and more people maybe just like us, and also the founders we interviewed in the book, we just think about how can I have a better life with my technology, or maybe with some cooperation with other company or designers or factories. And I think that's something very good in Taiwan, that we are good at manufacturing. So if people want to do something new, if you just act and try it, you will always find resources to do it. Yeah, no matter genders.
You mentioned earlier, like when you first developed your products and actually started your business, you had a couple of challenges actually. I was wondering, what was the timeline like? How long did the research take to developing the products to launching your business?
I think the first half year of our business, we were thinking about importing some foreign brands.
Yeah.
And then after that half year, we decided to just launch the period panties. So that was the beginning of the time. And then it took 1 year before our product really launches, because we have to find the materials and also the factories. And also we created the new
design
structure, which factories are like, what are you going to do? Nobody's doing that. So
Right.
yeah, because I was an industrial designer, so I think in my perspective, it's like, oh, it's just like something new, let's just try it. But for the factory, they were like, I don't know what are you going to do? Can you show me what are you going to do, like by hand, and to fold it and show it to me? Because I draw some picture like hand sketching and they couldn't really get it. So
I
that's very
see.
different.
So once you had the product, it was ready. How did you prepare for the launch? Because like developing is one. And thank you for the timeline. So developing is one side. And then once the product has been developed, from the operational side, how did you prepare for it? Because not being an industrial designer, not having experience setting up a business, I was just wondering what the journey's like.
Before we launch the product, we have a community of tampons and menstrual cup, and it's a private community. And we launched the 问卷,
The
Questionnaire.
the questionnaire in the group, and we collect many
Like 1,700
Respondents.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
really
Just from
interesting
internet.
about our
Yeah.
product. And before we launch, we create our official website and do pre-order on that. And so we post the pre-order information to the person they interest about our product. We 3 days sell.
Yeah, we have sold 305,000 pieces in 3 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so before that, we were thinking about how to sell it, where to sell it, where can we find customers. But at the first 3 days, we noticed that, okay, we have to prepare up with the supply chain. So the customer, if they pre-order on the 4th day, they have to wait like
3 months.
more 3 more months than people who pre-order.
Right. That's all the time we have for today. Please join us next week as we learn what is the next step for Good Moon Mood.
This is Ching and Cho
and Mary Ann Shoko.
See you guys next week. Bye.